Hi, this is the elementary and youth Sunday school lesson for June 9th. In the summer, we'll be combining these classes because there's just fewer kids, and the youth should be helpful in terms of helping with the little kids. Use them not only in terms of people there to learn, but also someone who can help you with the littles, whether that's doing something, reading something, just helping with the discipline, that kind of thing. So that's hopefully will work. If it doesn't, let me know. We've done this in the past and it has worked out well. So I'm hopeful that it'll be okay. And then there'll be, if I can get two teachers and a staff person as well, that'll be our goal for each Sunday with the combined ages. So this Sunday, they're reading the story Crossing the Jordan on page 72 of the Shine Bible. This is from the book of Joshua, chapters 3 and 4. And so this is about Joshua leading the Israelites into the promised land, into the land of milk and honey. And they're taking the Ark of the Covenant with them. And they come across a river and it stops and they're able to cross with the big Ark and get to the land. So it's kind of another one of those miracle stories like Moses leading the Israelites out of slavery, crossing the Red Sea. And I think that might be interesting to talk about in terms of those themes. So on the wonder and reflect questions, which are on page 15, I've actually added a couple. The summer curriculum is, I don't think, as strong as the rest of the year, and I think these questions are a little too easy. So in terms of even the elementary group. So I've said, once they read through this story, so the first question that I like is actually on the story page here. Down here, it's called Wonder, and it says, there are 12 stones in the picture. Why do you think there are 12? So that requires a little background knowledge, but I wonder if anyone has it in terms of the 12 stones represent the 12 tribes of Israel. You could have a tongue twister, that are going across to this land. And so that is just an interesting piece of information. The other thing I think to consider, because I don't know that it mentions it in the story, is what is the Ark of the Covenant? What's in there? Why are they carrying it with them? Now, hopefully they've seen Indiana Jones and they know this, but you just never know. So I think that's an interesting thing to talk about. And then more kind of personal idea, like what is the significance of crossing these waters? Why do we have so many stories so far in the Old Testament that deal with crossing water, making water, do what we want? We can even think about Noah in the opposite idea of water overtaking us. So that might just be an interesting discussion to get into with the kids. So there are a couple of things. The activities themselves I wasn't too interested in, but I do have two videos I'd like to show them. And I'll send you the links, but hopefully before the business meeting starts, I'll come over and help you get those started. One of them is from the Bible Project, and this is a site I've used with the youth because it's kind of an animated version that walks through what's going on in the Bible. And it's, from what I can tell, it's pretty just like, here's what the Bible says is happening. It's not trying to give you an interpretation per se. So it's good just from hey, what is Genesis? What is Joshua, right? So the first 2 minutes, this is an 8-minute video about the book of Joshua. The first 2 minutes goes into this story of crossing the Jordan and gives a little more background, which could be interesting. If they want to watch the whole 8 minutes, they are welcome to. I think even the little ones would be interested in it. There's a second video that I'll send you that is a potential historical explanation for why the river actually stopped and they were able to cross it, which I think is interesting. I know our youth struggle with these miracles that we talk about in the Bible, and they're so easy just to be like, oh, that didn't really happen. I try and remind them that this is about the story and the interpretation of the story, not the reality of did it happen. Because I don't want them just to pretend like disregard what we're reading because they don't believe it's possible. And this video is interesting because it gives like some possible explanations. Even though people back then may not have understood why it was happening, there could be actual real geological reasons for things going on. So those are the two videos, and that video is also pretty short, just a couple minutes. So they shouldn't take up a lot of time. You can show them at the end. I would definitely show them probably after reading the story because it'll make more sense after the story is read. Then there's an activity page that that'll be in the email. That's a series of questions related to the story. My idea was putting the kids in 2 different groups so they could kind of like a Jeopardy or Family Feud kind of thing, like who can answer the question first about the story, right? So those are, the materials for all that will be in the classroom. If there's anything else you do want to do, let me know. The little ones, the pre-Ks, are going to be decorating stones representing the 12 stones. And the other idea of the stones is that it's a way to remember something, a way to remember God and God's promises to us. And you may not know, and the children may not know, that a lot of, like in Jewish cemeteries, you will see stones on top of the graves, and that's, family places those there, we remember you, God's remembering you, etc. So that's just some interesting stuff. I can put the stones also in the elementary room if the kids want to do some decorating of those, maybe while other, if they don't want to participate and that's something quiet they can do by themselves, that would be absolutely okay. If everyone wants to do one, that's fine too. So I will put those in there as well. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you so much.